Yo, welcome to Apartment 103. This is episode 35. Woo! The number's just getting higher and higher, bro.
Well, it ain't getting lower.
That'd be crazy.
We started on episode 100.
I should just start going the other way, see how long you notice. That's not even funny. It's not. We are your host, Alfredo.
Hector.
And we are gonna give you a decent show today. I think it's gonna be decent.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be borderline good. It's gonna be borderline great. Actually, it's gonna be phenomenal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I agree. Totally, 100%. I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Choo choo train. Yeah, we on it.
Oh, this is a different kind of video.
Oh, I was joining. I was on the train. I got
on
the
you.
train.
Yeah,
you know, with
the
bandwagon kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, so we
I
are
regret
gonna start
that now.
We're gonna start this episode like we do every episode.
Yeah.
With Let's Get Deep. This is the friend edition. It's a card game where you just get like your sentence, your conversation starters, and we get it going.
All right, so level 1 is the icebreaker here, and the question of the day is, what was your favorite cartoon or show as a young kid growing up?
Favorite cartoon? I had so many favorite cartoons, bro. I think up there I would put Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Ooh, okay.
Ed, Edd and Eddy, Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And SpongeBob. Top
Gross.
3. You didn't like SpongeBob?
No, once I saw SpongeBob and Patrick touching each other, I kind of had to.
What do you mean touching each other?
Whenever they. So, okay. Back in 1940. No, I'm just kidding. So I did watch SpongeBob at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this episode, I don't remember what it was called, but it's when they turned invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They paint their bodies. They get naked and they paint their bodies invisible.
Yeah.
Well, they're underwater, but somehow they get the water splashed on them.
Right.
And they're unnaked. Or they're uninvisible. And they're naked. And they're like touching each other to cover each other up. I'm like, nah, I ain't touching my homie just to cover him up.
Wow.
Sorry.
For real?
You got 2 hands, bro. We covering whether either you get 4 hands or we both get 2.
What if I instinctively, as a good friend, go to cover yours? Now I'm exposed. You're not gonna.
No, because the possibility never changes if you just cover yourself. It's 2 and 2.
But I'm looking out for you. In return, you can look out for me. No?
I'm not. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's things you won't do for me. There are things that I won't do for you. I think we've acknowledged that. So you just trying to,
That's
you put me on blast on the camera, though.
Bro, but as my instinct,
You won't even go fishing with me, bro. Like, to be fair,
that's
I haven't
gay.
asked, though.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No,
But
that's why you stopped watching
that's
it?
why I was like, this is gay. Damn, they gay. And nothing against gay people. It was just like, at the time when I was a kid, it was just.
Growing up, you were like,
Gay's wrong. Gay was like, you get as far away from it as possible type deal.
Yeah.
And like, now it's whatever. Now I'd watch SpongeBob. I might even replay that episode on watching.
See how you feel?
Yeah, the A and B, the loop. Where it's just, yeah, SpongeBob, you touched that starfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Patrick.
See if it sparks anything. It might. I seen this one. I think it was Louis C.K. or something. He was asking something about a guy in the crowd, and he was like, why y'all judging me? I'm 40 years old. I might want to do the second half gay. Don't judge me.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, fair.
Yeah. Like, y'all don't know me.
Yeah.
I don't know me. I'm learning.
Which, I mean, yeah.
I'm on the path of self-discovery.
You right. You got it.
No. So, yeah.
What about you? Cartoons.
I would say Blade.
Do you want to try that again?
Blade.
Nope.
Beyblade.
Beyblade. There you go.
I thought that was wrong at first. It's just
Yeah.
Beyblade, yeah. I would watch it every morning before school. Like,
Damn.
every morning before school. And then I would say Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes like
like Bugs Bunny. It was
Yeah.
it was a mix of them.
But it was like the art style was like Tom and Jerry, wasn't it? Like it was like older.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I watched that too, but it was not really one that.
And Tom and Jerry. I was literally about to say that one next too.
Those aren't ones that I sought out. Well, Tom and Jerry I would seek out, but like Looney Tunes I'd watch it if it was on, but I wasn't like.
Yeah, no, I was a big Looney Tunes fan. Like Bugs Bunny was my guy. Daffy Duck on Duck Dodgers, fire show.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't really that into Duck Dodgers.
I even liked the Baby Looney Tunes.
I love Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Adorable.
I think there's a lot like the shows that you named, besides Beyblade. Those were like before our time, and they were just like reruns. But like Ed, Edd and Eddy, I got to catch new episodes.
Okay.
SpongeBob, I practically watched the whole run until a certain age.
Sure, guy.
I still watch it. No, I tried to watch it recently, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, I tried to watch one of the new episodes, and it seems like at a certain point, like...
It fell off.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like the older episodes were, like, sophisticated.
Had substance.
Yeah, they were stupid as well, but, like, different kind of stupid.
Yeah, smart stupid, not dumb stupid.
Yeah, but... So, SpongeBob caught most of the whole run. Teen Titans... Basically.
Yeah. So when I'm thinking kid, I'm thinking like elementary school, like that in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking like
middle school.
I guess middle school. Yeah. Well, I mean, but middle school, I guess it was the same thing. Like I watched. I
think Beyblade was a little later, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Beyblade was like.
I think like 6th, 7th grade for me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember it was one of the last years that I was going to Mexico. And we were, like, buying Beyblades for the low in Mexico, bro. But they were cheap and made out of plastic.
Yeah, they were, like, my early, like, very late elementary, early middle school time frame. But, yeah, so I definitely was... That's kind of, like, more the range I'm thinking as a kid, like a young kid. Yeah. And first of all, I didn't have the ability really to like go and seek out different TV shows.
Teen Titans was 2003, first season.
Yeah,
so I was like third.
But grade. I didn't watch Teen Titans until I was like
older.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and but I watched them. I watched them all. Dang, bro, you good? Because when I came to Kansas, that was when I started watching Teen Titans, Justice League, and stuff like that. So that was like...
I watched the fuck out of that Justice League
That was like
show,
8th grade, 9th grade. You know, that was... But I don't consider that as a young kid.
Yeah.
I consider it as
so
a teenager.
So you watched it later in time. Yeah, no, I watched them... I think I watched them as they were coming out. So, like, for me, it was like... Not like I was watching every new episode, but I was like, it was a show that was coming out, and they would do like reruns, and then like Friday night or whenever they would say there's a new episode coming out. But like I was catching up to get to the new episode.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think that like in the early on, I only caught what was able to be on TV as a young kid.
What was a cartoon you absolutely would not watch? Like you were changing the channel once that came on.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, As Told by Ginger. Do you remember that show? I wouldn't watch that show. Like, it was probably like older.
I mean, any Winx.
What?
Winx show. Wink. There's like the fairies.
The what?
Wink. Like the fairies.
Not Fairly Odd Parents, right?
Not the Fairly Odd Parents. It's called Winx, like Winks, I think, or Wink. Maybe I don't even know what it's called, Wink. But it was the one.
Cartoon.
Yeah. Oof. Maybe that's not what it's called. It's the one with the fairies, dude. It's like some Barbies like type deal.
I don't blame you for not watching that.
Yeah. It'd be like on the... I don't know if it was on WB. Like whenever... Like in the the lineup.
Yeah.
They throw it in there or whatever. I don't know. But...
As Told. This is the one that I wouldn't watch.
Oh, that's like the Wild Thornberries.
It kind of the art style is a lot like the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, or Rugrats.
Yeah, I
did watch that a little bit.
Did you?
But I didn't like. I barely remember it.
Yeah, every time that I was watching TV and that show came on, I was like, what's on Cartoon Network? Because this was on Nickelodeon. So like, what's Cartoon Network got going on? Another one, I think you're going to think is blasphemous, but another one that I would change immediately was Ben 10.
Yeah, I like Ben 10.
And I was like, nah, I'm good. But I also think I was getting older. I was growing out of cartoons when Ben 10 came in, so I was just like, I'm good.
Then you got back into them?
And then I got back into him as an adult. So I got to go back and see what Ben 10 was talking about.
Yeah, I like Ben 10. I think Ben 10 was pretty cool.
The concept sounds cool now that I think about it. I'm like, actually, that sounds cool.
I was just being stubborn.
Yeah, I just refuse to change.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack was a good one.
Ooh, yeah, fire.
I don't know how to spell samurai.
Yep, there you go.
There it is. Samurai Jack. Classic.
Yeah, I actually never watched all of it.
Well, never mind. 62 episodes?
Yeah. It's like, what, 3 seasons?
But I think it had a revival.
Yeah, I think that last one.
Yeah. That last picture?
Yeah, like it was the last season or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
there it is, revival.
4 seasons? Wow, 4 seasons? And then
the 5 season.
Well, the 5th season came out in 2017.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. But like when we were kids, there was 4 seasons. That's crazy.
That's pretty good though.
No, that's really good, considering. I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might have to go back and watch some of those.
Me too, bro.
So I definitely didn't watch all of them. Powerpuff Girls was the show I loved. Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, dog.
My Life as a Teenage Robot. Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, that was fire. What else? Camp Lazlo.
That's one of them ones, bro.
I thought that was so funny.
I wouldn't. Camp Lazlo, when it first came out, I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. And then, because I had little brothers, half brothers, they were watching it, and so I was chilling, watching them. I would watch the show and be like, actually, this is pretty funny.
What about Robot Monkey Team Action Force Go or something like that? It's like
Robot Monkey. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
There it is, yeah. I was like, I had like really 4 close, of those words in there.
I do remember this being on. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, this one was pretty cool. I like that one.
What
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles,
yeah,
bro.
That's OG.
Yeah. That was a classic. I loved Gargoyles. I might have to run that back.
Yeah.
That was good. How many episodes? 78 episodes. That's a good
6 seasons, 5 seasons.
Oh, that came out in 1994.
Yeah, this one's an old one. It's only 3 seasons, so the seasons were longer than 30 a season. Hey, we need to bring that back.
Boy, don't we?
We get like the 8, 12.
I can't deal with that.
And then they spend a whole year giving me another 8 to 12.
Right.
Y'all wild. Y'all wildin'. Maybe I'm okay if you degrade the artwork a little bit to give me more content, bro.
You ever watch House of Mouse?
I loved House of Mouse too.
Bro, I can't find it anywhere. I've been trying to rewatch it.
Damn, my shit going off. Yeah, that was one of the ones that like I would watch with family. Everybody was into the House of Mouse.
Bro, like on snow days, like it just like had a run of just playing every episode. That's all we did.
It was the kids' version of TV shows, of like game shows or like
award shows.
Yeah,
like it was so good. And then, but I've tried. Like that's a show that I'm willing to spend money on, bro.
Yeah, they actually don't even show like where to watch it. You see, like normally they'd be like, they would be like where to watch or something like that.
Yep, nothing, bro. I've tried. I've looked on iTunes or whatever, the Apple Store, to like buy the seasons.
Oh look, those are episode guides.
No, this is it though. But it's just a guide. It just
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just an overview.
But yeah, man, House of Mouse was it.
Yeah, that was.
I want to end on that because I love that show.
Yeah, go on to the next question.
All right, let's get deep. Level 2. Does your family have any cool heirlooms? Just gonna look up what an heirloom is.
I think it's like a
something
artifact,
passed down, right?
That's been within the family, and like it's.
An heirloom is a valuable object that has belonged to a family for several generations.
We do not, unless you call. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. No, we don't.
I don't even know. I don't even have like a sliver of idea what you were trying to say there.
Yeah, no, it's probably best.
All right,
it's probably best. It was gonna insult my heritage, my line, my bloodline.
My dad packed his bags and brought only the bare necessities. He didn't have time to pack a fucking heirloom.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what my dad was like. But my mom, on the other hand, we ain't have nothing that was
right. The same with my mom. Like, what do you mean heirloom?
It's like the trash. Like we don't keep trash in the house.
My mama had her mama's car, who had her mama's car, and then that bitch broke down.
Unless you count generational trauma as an heirloom, that's what I was gonna go with.
If that's the case, yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
we got a couple of them actually.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. No. Heirlooms. Nah. I'd like to.
I was just about to say, do you think you would have an heirloom? Like you yourself would be the beginning, because it wouldn't be an heirloom giving it to your child.
It would be like
once
3 generations later. Yeah.
Once your child has given it off to another person.
Yeah. Oh, does my name count as an heirloom?
No.
Okay.
What does it say?
A valuable object.
Yeah, you're not valuable.
Or name that has belonged to a family member.
Yeah. Try again.
I mean, Alfredo is an object.
But you're not valuable, is what I was getting at.
That's crazy that you say that to me on my birthday.
What? No, it's not your birthday. It's actually my sister's birthday.
Is it? Oh, happy birthday, sister.
Isabella.
Happy birthday, Isa. Hey.
Happy birthday to you. Huh? Happy. You better cut that out.
I'm not gonna lie though. I don't think I can tell you how old my younger.
No, I think she's 11.
I couldn't tell you how old my younger half brothers are. I could give you a educated guess.
Right, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
11.
Nah.
She's born 2000 and. You still going, my boy?
And it's a compound sentence.
Yeah, I think it was like 2006, 2007.
Damn. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. She was born after we met.
Yeah, hold up.
Also, if she's 10, she was born in 2015.
No, my sister was born in 2001. I was thinking that I thought Carlos was born in 2001, but it was my sister that was born in 2001. Carlos was born 2005. 2008.
Yeah, you're right. No,
my
math was off.
Yeah.
I don't know what year it is.
And then, so she would be born like 2012. 15? Yeah, somewhere in the teen.
Yeah. All right, we ain't got no heirlooms, but we got hella siblings, for sure.
That we do.
Let's go on to the level 3.
Deeper.
I
think you beat me.
It was just louder.
Maybe. If you knew a friend was being cheated on, would you smash them?
That's not
what
that says. But yes.
No, if you knew a friend was being cheated on, what would you do?
I'd tell them. That's like the easiest.
What if it's 2 friends? Like you both friends.
I'm friends with both of them.
Do you weigh like who you're more friend with?
I was literally about to say that. I was like, you're never really just friends with both of them. I mean, everyone's more one friend of another. Like you and Claudia are friends, but you're more my friend.
Yeah.
Me and Sharon are friends, but she's more.
I would tell on both of you. If you were cheating, I would tell her.
If I was friends with your significant other and I found out that you were cheating on him, I'd tell you
Hey,
but you have to tell
I'm
them.
just kidding. Yeah, I wouldn't snitch.
Yeah,
not to Claudia either.
Right.
Honestly, I'd be like, but I feel like that we would have had a conversation that would have led to like, hey man,
I'd be so disappointed, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I could fuck with you. That's something that I struggle with a lot. Just friends in general, like we scream loyalty a lot and we say be loyal. These are my friends that have been here since day one, but like then they turn around and they cheat on their significant other, and I'm like,
how loyal can you really be?
Like that's not loyal to me. Or unless y'all got like a weird understanding that it's none of my business, sure. But like, I'm like,
but I also think that there's a different type of loyalty in the sense of we ain't smashing, right? And so our relationship would not drive me to cheat on you because there's nothing between us that would cause me to cheat on you. You see what I'm saying? Because we homies. There is no cheating. When you're
dictating the cheating as just like what cheating is, but if you kind of zoom out and say like that's a betrayal.
Well, yeah, no, I get that, but I'm saying like there are things that would lead someone to becoming unloyal, and that would be different variables.
Mm-hmm.
This person that I'm loyal to doesn't treat me like somebody that I should be loyal to, then drives them to be doing unloyal things, because now they're the I guess the relationship that they thought that they had and that they were agreeing to being loyal to wasn't genuine or wasn't them. Now, that's not to say that there wouldn't be a scenario where he's like, yeah, that's my girl, whatever, yada, yada, or her, that's my man, whatever. And then they both go out. One or the other goes out and cheat, and then it's like, okay, nah. What you doing, dog? Yeah. Because you saying one thing, you're doing another. But it'd be a totally different scenario for me thinking, yeah, it'd be hard to be loyal to somebody who talks to you a certain way all the time and like degrades you. It's like, are they even really loyal to you in trying to help you, build you up, do all these other things for you, rather than tearing you down and trying to mold you into something else? And it's like, it's hard to just like be 100% into someone, like for someone, when you know you're not getting that maybe back. I'm not justifying cheating. What I'm saying is it could push someone to cheat, which is a disloyal act, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I'm not like, again, I'm not justifying, but I'm saying that there are things that push people to do things.
Yeah.
You have a friend, he talk crazy to you, sometimes you got to smack him to put him in his place. If you're an aggressive person, like it would drive someone to smack someone. You know what I'm saying? Those are fighting words. Why are they called fighting words? Because they push someone's buttons to the point where they might fight. It would drive someone to go and do something. Is hitting someone over something being said justifiable? I don't think so. But people do it. Why? You made me do it. Nobody made you do anything, but that's what I'm going with.
Cool. No. On both scenarios, I think that there are other avenues that can be taken and should be taken. I think that the point still stands that they're disloyal. You even said it. It's a disloyal act. So if I see somebody do something repeatedly, be disloyal, how can I believe that they are loyal in something separate?
Repeatedly, I don't know about that. If it's against one person and they just do it multiple times, but they're disloyal with the same person, I think that that's a scenario situation. It's not a...
Well, let's speak broadly. Let's not make it specific scenarios. You see someone cheat. I think that it's understandable to have some form of distrust towards that person now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, again, the way you treat me, the way our friendship is, there is almost nothing that would make me feel like I would have to do something disloyal against you or hide something from you that would be as a betrayal. Mm-hmm. When it comes to a significant other, I feel like there is a different set of boundaries, a different set of rules, a different set of chemistry that works between those two people that may drive someone to be disloyal towards that person. Like, we would never be smashing and having an intimate relationship to where I would cheat on you.
Never say never. Go on.
Highly unlikely. You feel me? Like, well, there's no really. Not. Okay, yeah, no, you don't. No. But like, I just don't feel like just day-to-day friends. It's easier to be loyal to just friends because there's less like as long as you're a decent friend. I think that someone that can't be a loyal friend is easier to justify not to trust them. Mm-hmm. You going right behind my back and saying stuff. It's like, bro,
right?
I can't trust you, period, or whatever. Like, you ain't even got to be a cheater,
right?
I already don't trust you just because your mouth loose. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But somebody that's got a relationship and they cheat and stuff, I'm like, I don't know what's happening with that relationship, but that doesn't make him a bad friend. It just makes him a bad partner. That's why I say what I said. Like, yes, it's a disloyal act, but it's our relationship does not fall in the same set of rules. I feel like for you and Claudia, y'all have a whole different type of loyalty and like maneuverability, like that things may cause you not to necessarily be disloyal, right? But to be like, I can't be in this because I'm getting to that point where like I don't even. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Because you can have multiple friends, but you can't have multiple spouses.
Right, like that's a different level. Cheating is a disloyal act, like I said, 100%. But it's within a different like set of boundaries.
Yeah.
Because there's that intimacy where y'all are sharing a life together. We share moments of our days and conversations and things like that. But like, as long as you don't do me dirty, we cool.
I can see that. I think maybe I'm just too extremist about this.
Honestly, I don't think so. I just think that because you're using a broader umbrella, and I'm more of a. I like to know the details, and so it's like but I also give a lot of grace. As well. I think that's safe to say for both of us.
I also do think that a lot of times, because I have known of friends to cheat in the past and just been like, that's your business. You figure out. I can't get involved in this.
See, all right, so let me ask you this then. You have a friend that you're like, he's stolen from his girl. Now, this is something that you could apply this to your friendship.
Yeah.
Can't have money with this guy. Because he got them sticky fingers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, that's a disloyal act. It's a steal from your homies or your girl. That is something I'd be like, yeah, nah. I can't mess with you. Or at least I can't have money around you. Right. There is a level of distrust there. But I know where it lies. But now here's the problem. I don't know what other areas that you have that I might have to watch my back now.
Yeah.
Cheating is a little different because like you're not sleeping with you generally you don't sleep with your best friend unless your spouse is your best friend. But But, like, you're not sleeping with your best friend and then sleeping with your spouse, and you're like, why are you cheating on me? And then tell your wife, you're like, my friend's cheating on me. He's been sleeping with other people or whatever. And you're like, what? That's a weird conversation.
This scenario's getting too far. Yeah.
But, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I see what you can't tie cheating to both sides of the relationships between a friend and
stealing, yes. Cheating is more exclusive to a dating trusting. But it could tie, to wrap it all up, it could tie to them being a disloyal person, though. Yeah. Which is what I think you're getting at. They have a disloyal tendency. That I will agree with.
But you also kind of look at the... I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry. I'll be going on them tangents, bro.
Yeah, I forgot. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had it for a second. There's like a little flicker in there.
You had the thread and it's...
Fuck it. Let's move on.
All right.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, would you tell somebody? Would you tell a friend? Did we answer the question?
Oh, I told you that I would originally, but I don't think I really would.
Yeah, probably not.
I would be like, I'd dig. I would dig. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Because, like, I fuck with Claudia. Yeah. So, like, at the end of the day, I still got her interests at heart.
Yeah.
But I'm not outing you immediately without knowing.
Yeah.
But like, yo, you have to tell her. Like, that's the route I'm going. It's better she hears it from you. Not saying it's gonna save your relationship. Yeah. But if it's going to, that's the way it's gonna have to be. Why are you doing it? What happened? How can you fix it? Let's try to get to that point. Or maybe it'd be best if you just didn't have the person you're cheating on. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think my approach would be like, are you unhappy in your relationship? Do you not want to be with this person anymore? Because you don't have to be with this person.
Right.
It's that simple.
It's that simple, and it is. When you break it down, it is that simple. But because of all the other things that makes it messy.
Yeah, making a decision isn't that simple, but the act of it can be that simple.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, I don't. I also think that kind of ties into what I had forgot and I was trying to remember, is that the justification of this is why this person cheats or this is what drives this person to cheat, while not a justification for their cheating, it's more of an explanation as to why they cheat.
I think I was trying to say that earlier. Yeah. It's like, I'm not justifying it,
but
it's wrong.
Yeah.
I want y'all to know that it is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, this is a means on how someone could possibly get there.
Cause and effect.
Yeah.
While that, I think in that scenario, I would still say the same thing. Well, if you're not happy and this is what's driving you to this, then you cannot be with this person. And everybody has their reasons to be in their relationships and what yada yada and why they don't leave. But if this is what it's driven you towards, like, you don't have to do this. Is it really
a relationship?
Yeah. Unless y'all got an open relationship, in that case, that's crazy. Good for you.
And I've had conversations with people that had tried open relationships in the past. You need to be clear on boundaries, on what that open relationship looks like and sounds like, and what it entails.
Could you do one?
Nope.
Yeah. Nah.
I've been asked. I'll shut it down. I like you. If you feel like you need someone else, then find somebody else.
Yeah, go be with somebody else.
That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If I ain't enough, that's cool. But, and it is what it is. It just ain't for me.
What if, like, I think, that's a struggle for me, is that I obviously I can be okay with being with other people. I'll power through it, right? Darn this open relationship. Sure, I'll go meet other people, right?
Yeah.
But, like, the flip side of that is that now my significant other is going to be meeting other people, and they're going to be meeting other people, and then that I just can't. My ego's too fragile for that.
I think so. I think that whenever you invite more people into the relationship, there's a level of that person that's no longer yours.
Yeah.
And that goes the same for you. If you invite people even on your side, even if you're kind of like reluctant to it or whatever.
Yeah.
I believe that you give a piece of yourself to someone else, and by that you can never be fully committed to any of these people that you've now included in your relationship.
Mm.
I'm not saying you can't care for all of them, but I'm saying you cannot fully be committed to every single one of them. That I truly believe that.
I think that's plausible. I think a what's the word? Throuple? A 3-person couple can only work if they all three love each other. I don't feel like 2 women loving 1 man can work if the women don't love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Or if the man doesn't love both of them.
He has to love both of them. And it's like, because otherwise, you do kind of have this unbalance of, like, love or affection or something.
I don't believe that can be.
That it can work at all?
I don't. And it especially for me, if y'all can make it work, by all means, go ahead. I'm not saying don't. I just don't believe that it does. I think that it's kind of like we're having fun type deal. Because I never witnessed a long-term one. I've also don't encounter them often enough to give a fuller understanding of it either. Yeah. But just based off of my perspective on relationships like that, or like just from what I've heard, there's an extreme amount, which granted, relationships alone with a single person, it takes an extreme amount of effort.
Yeah.
To do that with more people can only make it that much more strenuous if it's genuine. If it's not genuine, I don't think that it's as strenuous, because there's a level of if you're in this like relationship where it's like, well, we have her in our relationship because she's, for a lack of better word, she's our piece of meat. You know, we all like her. Mm-hmm. She likes us, but it's just kind of a thing. And then until it isn't.
You think that works better than three people who love each other?
I think it's easier. It's less messy because it's the emotional part is kind of taken out of that. But I also believe that there's an understanding that that's kind of what that other person's role is.
Maybe understanding for the two people, but not the third person, unless the third person knows.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I would think that would be the level of understanding.
Then I don't think that's really a 3-person relationship. It's a 2-person relationship with a little something on the side. It's like 2.5, if anything.
2.5
Yeah.
Maybe, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with it.
I agree. I have zero experience with it.
Just well, like with the conversation. Well, I don't want to say zero because I have talked to a couple people. One gentleman that tried it with a spouse of his. Mm-hmm. He's like, nah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I didn't get any details. Mm-hmm. It was his relationship. I only took what he was willing to open up about.
Yeah.
Talked to another guy. He didn't start his relationship as an open relationship. It moved into one. Mm. He's like, nah, it would never have worked because that was a Band-Aid to fixing a problem that they had.
Right. Which in most cases it is.
Yeah. Which he said, when approaching it in that manner, he doesn't believe that it would work. Mm-hmm. He's like, you would have to start your relationship with that understanding. So there's that as well.
There's like a window of how he believes it could work.
Right. Which I'm like, nah. But he's like, yeah. And he's done it. So I would have to take his word for it because it's just not something I would do.
Right.
So I guess there is possibility for it working. 100%. I mean, I think anything could work. I just, again, I've already stated it would take an extreme amount of effort.
See, but what you're talking about is a open relationship where the relationship is open.
But you are talking about exclusively
three people being in a throuple where they all agree this is the relationship between 3 people and they love each other and they want to pursue this relationship as 3 people instead of just 2, which is the thing that happens. And I think that that's not necessarily more strenuous than a 2-person couple. I think there might be more arguments because there's just more people. But
I feel like that does equal strenuous.
I think that not every argument is relationship ending.
Yeah, no. I think relationships just require arguments.
Yeah.
Or at least
exactly
heated discussions.
Yeah, we're humans. We're not ever gonna. We're not gonna disagree 100%.
Right.
We're not gonna agree.
There's always compromise that needs to be made.
Yeah.
Period.
We're not gonna agree 100% of the time. But I think that if you're going in with the mentality to make it work, I think to say, look at how much it hasn't worked is like, well, I mean, look at how much 2-person relationships haven't worked.
And that's my argument is that. That's why I don't think that I was like, it's already hard enough for 2.
I mean, but like maybe that's picking up some of the slack that's missing in the 2-person relationship. In theory.
Right.
I don't
Or
know.
in theory, on the other side of that theory is it could be doubling
Yeah,
it.
it could
Or
be doubling.
tripling it. I don't know how the math would work there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's already doubled. I think it's tripling. It's already doubled by adding another person aside from yourself. Because you got your own crap you got to deal with.
And then
you got to deal with that person and find out how to mesh that. You could either decide that that's one
I think for you
set of issues.
Yeah.
Then you got your set with the other person, and then the other 2 people set as well. So
I think it's just double because you're one person. You got to deal with those issues regardless of the relationship.
Okay.
So I'm only dealing with my significant other's issues, and then you add a third person that does double it.
For you.
Yeah.
But not for the relationship.
But for
I
each
think it's
person.
triple.
Well, yeah, okay.
Because then you have to deal with them having their issues as them a couple, and you kind of have to deal with that and compromise with both at the same time. Because it's like, I don't know what type of arguments would come from it, but like, I want this, I want this, we've agreed to this, are you okay with that? And you're like,
yeah,
I don't know about that. But then if you're like, I don't care, it works.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I actually feel totally different, now you have a 3-way conversation of how do we find this middle ground? It's there. It's just the means of getting there.
Yeah.
So I do think it could be triple.
It could be.
Again, this is all speculation.
Fun could be triple as well. Too. Good times could be triple.
Right. It's 2-sided coin.
Yeah.
Or 3-sided dice. 4-sided dice. I don't know if there's a 3-sided die, but anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, if you're in a throuple, please let us know how that works.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
We're very curious. We wouldn't get in one ourselves because,
Yeah, monogamy.
No. I had trouble finding one girl to like me. Getting another is going to be a whole different thing.
I don't think I have problems getting a girl to like me. I have a problem with keeping them.
Keeping them interested?
Yeah. I get very bored very quickly. I don't know.
Damn, we've been talking for 42 minutes.
I guess. Well, that's all the questions.
Yeah.
So moving on to the.
I had something that I saved earlier. I don't know if it's good.
Oh, okay. So this is questionable.
Yeah, but it's a Reddit thread. The title is my it's a 26-year-old female.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but start off with what topic we're talking, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Reddit thread?
Yeah.
The Reddit thread
so we know
is
what kind of the direction we're going
under
in.
relationship advice.
Okay.
So she says, my 26 female and husband 33 male.
Yes.
I don't like how they write my and then they put their stuff because the sentence is my husband, and so it kind of
yeah, it kind of throws it off a little bit, but yes, it says
she's
my
26,
me.
He's 33.
Yes.
Then the husband is obsessed with pro wrestling and it's ruining our marriage. Do I leave?
The answer is yes.
This might have been Claudia, dog.
That's why it's just a joke.
Okay, so she says,
get the details.
Throw early predictions. What do you think? I don't see how.
Knowing you, I would say it's not really that big a deal being obsessed with it because you watch it.
I love wrestling.
You live it.
Yeah.
You crush quizzes on it.
Yeah.
Like,
I laugh, I cry, I lie, cheat, and steal.
All right, let they know he.
Yeah.
Relax.
No, but it does say obsessed.
You don't think you're obsessed?
I love wrestling. I don't think I'm obsessed.
You're like, I can function without it.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't need to prove anything to you guys.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess it's really
the
extent of what obsession is in this scenario.
All right, let's see.
So I'm gonna say no.
No. Yeah. Same. Because I love wrestling.
Okay.
All right, I'm on his side. It says, throw away as my husband is on Reddit. My husband was into pro wrestling as a kid, fell out of it, but over the last few years has eased back into it. I think that's what I did. I fell off. I got back into it.
It's just about you, bro.
2012.
You're 33, right?
That's what I'm saying. No.
Oh.
She says, I've never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of. In most cases, that's true.
No, wrestling has always had adult fans.
Okay, in 50% of the cases, I think that's true.
I don't know how statistically that works, but
most people that I talk to that I mentioned that I watch wrestling, they're like, "Oh yeah, I used to watch it when I was a kid."
But how did they sell out like all the time? I don't know. 50% is a good.
That's a big country, bro. I don't know.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how the statistic works.
Yeah,
but generally, yes. I think that's the same experience I have. Is 50-50.
Yeah.
We watch it and then because I fell out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not even back into it. Like,
most people are.
I play the video games.
I have like one friend that watches it right now. Yeah. So
and it ain't me.
Then it ain't you.
Who's your friend? No.
This is my boy Andrew. Shout out to Andrew.
Hey.
So he says, I thought they watched it as kids and grew out of it, but he has become obsessed, and it's escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. Okay. Apologies, as I may not get all the terms right. I'm exposed to wrestling a lot, but I try to avoid watching it.
Avoid?
All right, disrespect, but okay.
Right, like he loves it, and you've never been a fan.
You're like, oh, this is on?
At least endure it.
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
I talk to Claudia about wrestling all the time.
All right, let's see what else you got to say. I'm
She's
already.
She says, it started harmless enough. He'd watch the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. Then he started watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch. Every night there's a live pro wrestling event.
Which is only 2 nights a week?
Only the WWE is Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, because that's their developmental.
Oh,
and then Friday they have SmackDown. But...
And then you got pay-per-view weeks.
So that's Saturdays or Sundays. So 5 days a week, right? Let's just look at the 5 days a week. Monday Night Raw. Tuesday night NXT. Wednesday night is AEW. Thursday night is TNA. Friday night is SmackDown. Okay. If he's watching pro wrestling in general. If he's just watching
WWE. It seems like that's kind of all she's mentioning specifically. Right. But that's not to exclude the other one. Yeah. Because she did say pro
but there
wrestling.
is wrestling every night of the week if you're a wrestling fan. Now he's watching the live pro wrestling events. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry. I asked too soon.
He started spending money, I mean a lot of money, on merchandise. T-shirts, hats, action figures, the fake belts, etc. I was okay with this as it was nice to see his passion reignited for something. He's been in a rough spot with work lately. But now pro wrestling is the only thing he cares about. Oh. I got a couple wrestling shirts, but I usually just buy them at the events. Because I'm like, when in Rome, I'm leaving here with something.
Right, but he's not doing that.
I've never gotten anything from the mail from WWE. Okay. Only thing he cares about. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
Cheering or booing.
You ever been to a soccer
people do
TV?
that. People do that for football, for soccer, for sports.
It's a sport as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's okay.
But that sounded hilarious. Cheering or booing. When he's watching and when he's not watching, he constantly shouts out their catchphrases randomly. He says things like "yeet," "acknowledge me," "you can't see me," etc.
Okay, yeet isn't. He might have gotten it from WWE, but
it's been commandeered by a WWE wrestler as his thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it's. People say yeet anyway.
People use yeet to throw stuff. This wrestler uses it as like a yes. So they say, like, yeet.
Okay, that's annoying already. Cut him off.
I don't know, man. It works.
Anyway. Acknowledge me? What's that one?
That's Roman Reigns. He goes, acknowledge me. And he points his one to the sky, and everybody points their ones to the sky. Yeah.
That sounds annoying, too.
Especially in a
relationship.
Yeah. It's like he's trying to put it down in the bedroom. He goes, acknowledge me. And she's like, bitch.
I did, and now you've just been left on red.
Yeah. Or you can't see me? Come on, dog. What is this, 2004?
Yeah. Hit it with it. You can't see me. Oh! You also throwing it down in the bed. The catchphrases are kind of, There's one catchphrase that I will do, and that's because Claudia does it too. Is this wrestler LA Knight? He'll be talking right. He'll be like, you know how Stone Cold used to say, and that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. Mm-hmm. This guy, he says he talks his shit, and then he goes, yeah.
And so if I'm watching wrestling and Claudia's in the other room, she'll be like, "Yeah."
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I have my own catchphrases.
Yeah.
I'm no wrestler, but
yeah. Okay, where we at?
You can't see me,
You can't see
etc.
me. He actually gets irritated if I don't play along with him. Like if I don't raise my hand when he says acknowledge me.
That's hilarious. But as her, I would.
He's like,
I'll you up.
he's
dog.
like, acknowledge, babe, acknowledge me.
Come on.
What's wrong? Can you just play along? She's just
really
trying to get digged down, bro. She's like, bro, come on. I got work in the morning.
It's 4 a.m. You've been stuck on the TV, bro.
He's like, we can't have sex until you acknowledge me.
Going on.
All right.
Dude. No, that's
wild.
All right, I'm going to go with.
I'm going to do that to Claudia. All right. Acknowledge me.
There's more?
There's more. Yeah, there's a whole second page.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, keep going.
She's had it, bro. She's done. This says.
Jey Uso.
You want to read the second half?
Oh, okay, sure. This past weekend was the worst of it. Those of you who know it was WrestleMania.
Yeah, I even told you we got to record early. We got to record the podcast early because WrestleMania's on.
So this was fairly recent.
Yeah.
He asked me to refer to him as the final boss.
Oh, my God.
Question mark. All weekend. I laughed it off and thought he was joking.
Quick, that's The Rock's new gimmick. He calls himself the final boss. Yeah.
He was in Jumanji for too long. All right. I laughed it off at first and thought he was joking, but he wasn't.
Wow.
We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because he said I wasn't supporting him in the way he needs, and that whenever we're watching WrestleMania or watching wrestling, I'd look bored, disinterested, etc.
Yeah.
I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week easy.
Yeah.
When Jey Uso, whoever that is,
she spelled it wrong.
Yeah, she was questioning it as if it was
Jey
right
Uso?
or wrong. One at WrestleMania, he literally jumped on top of our couch, waving his arms. It was embarrassing, and I left the room.
Oh, damn!
I don't want to.
That is embarrassing.
He's like, as an avid pro
wrestler.
wrestler.
Like, chill out, bro.
I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he asked for a lot of role playing lately as well, and it has me very concerned. The things he's asked me to do and say make me super uncomfortable. It's all wrestling related. Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It's nonstop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks like them, acts like them, and demands I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't win, and it's still affecting him today. I don't know what today is. His mood's sour, and he seems depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's been kind of nice. Dang. He hasn't been as loud and noisy as usual. So Reddit, I need your help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the wrestler songs. He does their sayings. He's got all their t-shirts. He's even got tickets for us for the next show coming through in about 3 weeks. But I just don't think I can take it.
And that's it. That's all right. So what do you think? New verdict.
I'm on her side. The whole role playing thing, I could only imagine.
I wish you would have got more into that. I really want to know more about that.
Acknowledge me.
Babe, acknowledge me.
Yeah, no. Honestly,
he wants to spit on her like Triple H, the way he does the water.
Not in my eye. No. Yeah, it's a bit much. Obsessive is the correct term.
I think this is far beyond just loving wrestling. I think this is of someone who is not self-aware. Like I love wrestling, but I recognize that you're not that into wrestling, so I'm not like, bro, check this out, look, like, you know, like I'm not like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not,
sure?
yeah,
I don't know.
you know, like even like,
I don't know when WrestleMania was. No, I'm just kidding. He's like,
bro, acknowledge me.
I'm sorry, don't hurt me. I don't want to get another suplex.
Yeah. but no, like I think you just have to recognize at a certain point that like they're not gonna be into it as much as you. And so, like, you just gotta let it go, bro.
Even with WrestleMania, I did end up leaving.
Yeah, like
and
I told you.
I like wrestling, but
yeah, like I was sitting down to watch 4 hours of that shit. And
even I'm already tired thinking about 4 hours of anything.
Yeah, so, like I even told you, like don't feel like you have to stay. Yeah. You also don't have to leave, but you don't have to stay because that's on.
Right.
You know? Yeah, so I think it's just one of those things. You just gotta be self-aware of like this person's not into this. And even if it is your significant other, it's fine.
Yeah. Like, I give her props for at least dealing with it for this long.
Yeah.
And trying to, like, even at the beginning, like, obviously she's like, I've never been. I don't really care for it, whatever. I look disinterested. At least she's trying to be their dog. Mm-hmm. Like, that's got to take a lot from her.
Yeah.
I wish that in times that I would have had that type of support as well. Like, I want to do this. I know you don't want to do it, but can you just suck it up for just like an hour?
Please.
But like it's only an hour.
Yeah, no, he's watching it.
Yeah, 15 hours a week. That's a lot to just be like.
Yeah, no,
just zombified.
That's wild.
You good? Oh.
Make sure I unlock the screen.
But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot on her.
I was at my last job, the temp job that I had for a while. I was talking about wrestling with somebody, and he was like, he didn't watch wrestling. He used to watch it in the 90s. Okay. He was older, but like he has a coworker, somebody that works in his department. He was like, hey, he watches wrestling, and he like introduced me and stuff. And the guy was like, oh, do you watch WWE or AEW or both? And I was like, oh, I only watch WWE because I can't watch that much wrestling in 1 week. Otherwise, I ain't getting anything else done. So I don't watch AEW.
Self-aware.
Yeah. And then he goes, you're married? I was like, yeah. He's like, that makes sense. He's like, I watch everything. I'm like, okay.
Oh, you're single.
I'm like, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, so it was, I just
So
can't.
at least he's self-aware.
He's self-aware.
Or he wasn't in his last relationship and found out that the only way to do it is to be single.
Is it wrestling or women?
Obviously wrestling. You was already committed to the woman before you was like in love with wrestling. Yeah. So obviously, yours was by default.
Yeah.
But if you had a choice, sorry, Claudia.
I wonder what it would be like to be with someone who liked wrestling.
I might not be over here. I'm like, bro, every time I walk in, it's sweet chill music.
I think I would get annoyed with it, bro, to be honest.
You're like, we both get like the same thing. Yeah. Like, it's bro, too much.
I like I'm watching wrestling and she's right there. I'm doing anything else, she's right there. Like, bro, find your own thing. Get out of here.
Like, I like that she's not on me every time I'm into my own thing.
She dressed like John Cena. She's like, let's go. I'm like, bro. She's like, I'm ready to go. She got the jorts
got the gold dust outfit on.
She's got the John Cena jorts on. She's got the big shirt. She's got the hat. She's like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to meet your parents. Hey, you better go change.
Shit, she's the one buying all the gear.
Yeah, bro. Nah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I think that
I think he needs to chill out. I don't think that the relationship is over. I just think he needs to chill out, find his own friends that like it, tone down on the amount of wrestling that you're watching. Maybe just watch the recaps on some shit.
Yeah, like, be like, this is my show or this is my branding.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I want to know all of the things here.
Yeah.
And the other ones I can get in podcasts or like recaps.
Yeah.
During work, during other things that, like, you're already struggling at work, homie.
Yeah.
Fill it with something you love and then be good. Be chill, you know? You should love your wife as as well. Give her 15 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy,
of,
bro.
Undivided attention. Shower her with as much as you shower yourself.
Yeah. Buy her a John Cena shirt. No, never. Actually, no. That's how we got here.
Yeah. Find out what it is she loves.
Yeah, if she loves concerts, take her to concerts.
Get her to obsess over something.
Yeah.
And then feel what she's feeling.
And then shit on it.
On Reddit, because apparently you on Reddit.
Yeah.
Feel what she's feeling, and then both of y'all chill out and find a middle ground.
Yeah. This is, like, not... Like, being upset because the person that you wanted to win didn't win.
So much that it affects you and makes the other person happy.
Into probably the next day or the day after that.
A couple of days.
Yeah, like, bro.
I think, it was Sunday night.
And it's like, it's not even like it's the...
Okay, it might be the next day.
Yeah.
Might be a Monday type deal.
Because I'm like, it's not even like we think that wrestling is real anymore. Like, we know it's fake.
Right.
But we love it regardless. We love the storytelling of it. I'm not mad that my guy lost. I'm upset because I wanted him to win, but I'm like, that's in the script. That was
gonna happen anyways. Yeah.
Like what? I'm just upset by the choice, but I'm like, we move on, we prosper. My fucking team in the English Premier League that I root for lost today.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Okay.
They've been playing like shit though.
They earned that loss.
Yeah. I acknowledge them though. There was one time, bro, when this was years ago, and I hit you up and I'm like, yo, there's a pay-per-view this Sunday, later today. Do you want to come through and watch it? I think I was still trying to get you to get into wrestling at this point.
Yeah.
Or you were in town in the military. From the military, you were in town, and like there was only like a window for us to hang out.
Which generally was the case.
Well, like I could do this. I could watch this, and we could eat pizza or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you were hanging out with another friend, and you were like, yeah, you were.
Okay.
You were hanging out with a friend that we both know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you're not saying the name?
I'm gonna have to bleep it out because I don't want it to. It's a really bad story.
Oh,
at least
okay.
for me.
You don't have to say the name then.
Okay, you'll probably remember about it.
You can tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm limited.
So you're
to
like, oh, I'm with this friend. Is it cool if he comes through as well?
Oh.
Do you remember?
I think.
And then
is it this like you're like never again?
No, this is a different.
Oh, okay.
This is a friend that the friend of how we met. Yeah. So, you're like...
I remember this now.
Yeah. You're like...
Yeah.
You're like, is he cool if he comes through? And I'm like, well, Hector doesn't like wrestling. He does. Fuck yeah, it's cool.
I'll bond with him.
I'm like, fuck yeah, it's cool if he comes. And so he shows up, and I believe he was drunk.
And if he wasn't when he showed up, he might have been a little bit... And then got that way.
Yeah.
Worse.
But we were watching wrestling.
But I do think he was crossfaded.
And he was just talking about, like, Roman Reigns. And he was like, oh, fuck you, Roman Reigns. Fuck you. And he was, like, up on the TV, like, putting his middle finger up against the wrestler. And he's like, fuck you, Roman Reigns. And I'm like,
and he does his little laugh.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, what is... I was like...
I think at that moment I was like... Sorry.
And then it was, like... Another thing was that I had the restroom in this apartment was in my bedroom.
Right, yeah. You had to go in.
Yeah,
and
you had to go in the bedroom
corner.
and go into the bathroom. And Claudia was in there, but he had been drinking, so obviously he had to pee. But he didn't want to go into the bedroom because I was like, it's cool, like you can go. Claudia knows whatever.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I'll just go outside.
Like, you're making it weird.
And I'm
you're
like,
making it weird.
It's weird, but I'm like, sure, do your business outside. There's woods back there. I don't give a fuck. He didn't go to the woods.
I remember that.
It was like right by the window where like the rocks were and stuff.
There's like a little drain supposedly there too.
And I was like, yeah, it was like the worst experience of like, I didn't even enjoy that pay-per-view. I was like...
You're like, I probably should have just hung out with Hector without
watching
the pay-per-view.
We didn't have to watch wrestling. And it was like... And then it was kind of like this where he was like... upset at the storyline. Like, he was, like, believing the storyline, and he was like, no, I fucking hate him, dude. He fucking attacked him backstage. And I'm like, what? Like, he was supposed to do that. That was, yeah, no, like, I hate him.
You know this is fake, right? Like, you had to.
I had to tell him. Yeah, like, and, like, I hate him, too, but, like, I hate him in the way that, like, he's the bad guy of the movie type of hate him.
Right. Great actor.
Yeah.
Sold it. He's a good bad guy.
And that was just, I didn't enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
And I've watched.
I tend to do that to you, huh?
Bro.
Well, I don't invite nobody.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, it's either you or no one, bro.
Yeah.
Who you with? Your little brother? All right, he's all right.
Yeah.
Your son?
Your son?
It's cool.
He's cool. Yeah. We go way back. He's cool.
Right. Yeah. Got a photo of this just chilling on the floor.
Yeah. And I've watched wrestling with other friends since then. Like, I watched wrestling with Andrew, and we have a good time. But, like...
Y'all have good chemistry when it comes to...
Yeah, we both love wrestling at the same level.
Okay. I'm glad you found that.
Bro, but that was... Yeah.
Now you know that, like, love for a sport or an art doesn't necessarily is the same.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna click either. Like,
yeah,
I was once at a Christmas party, and this dude had a AJ Styles sweater, like a Christmas sweater on. Okay. And I was like, "Oh, dope sweater, bro." I'm like, that's cool. And he's like,
"Boy,
thanks."
hit you with the AJ Styles finisher." What?
No,
I don't know what it is. That's why.
It's a flying forearm. So he could.
He could.
So so we chatted about wrestling a bit. I'm like, cool, man, cool guy. Talked to other people. Afterwards, I was like, I'm gonna add him on Facebook.
That sounded.
Nah, he wasn't rocking with me.
No, he did not like.
I don't know what it was.
Oh, to this day,
I never saw him again. Like, I think maybe he thought, like, that wrestling wasn't enough to, like, for us to be friends.
Oh.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
But I was like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not a big loss.
The one that got away. He wasn't that interesting.
Don't lie to yourself.
He wasn't. Turn the cameras off.
Oh, man.
Nah, besides the sweater, I didn't think it was that interesting. So I was like, oh, well, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, it's.
You ever had that, where you thought like, oh man, this person liked this thing, we should get along?
Rapping.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I also had that a lot too, where like I thought, oh well, we'll make music together, and they're just like, I went with them to like a studio session, and I'm like, I'd never want to be here again. Why am I? Where's the exit?
Yeah, actually, so I guess I can go ahead and get into it. I got brought into rapping by a mutual friend, right?
Same friend from my story earlier.
Yeah, yeah. And so we was rapping, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you cool, you got it, whatever, like you can rap." And so I was like, "Oh, I can rap." Someone else said so.
Yeah.
I started believing it, so I started rapping more. I was never good, man. But I didn't make music, but we would record. We would always freestyle whatever together, hang out. After a while, we started hanging out. Got you into rapping,
yeah,
or you got back into rapping. But then all of a sudden, our mutual friend no longer wanted to rap with us.
Yeah.
He had his own gang that he was rapping with. And then on top of that, they would invite me to go rap with them because I was cool with these other guys. But then they would, like, cut me off the song or something. And I'm like, if I was trash, bro, you could have just told me or just maybe don't invite me.
Yeah, and then it was like, sometimes they were inviting me and not you.
Yeah, and they didn't know, like, we was tight.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I ain't gonna go if you ain't going, bro.
Yeah, like I think they thought, they knew we were friends, but I didn't think they knew that we were, like.
We were best friends at the time.
Yeah, at that point.
We was already best friends.
Yeah, so it was like.
Like, we locked in, homie.
Like, I think I did one session with them, and then I was like,
Yeah. And, like, I don't have a problem with the other people, but it was how our mutual friend was kind of making me feel about it. Like,
yeah.
And I've even had people tell me, like, again, I'm not great, right?
Yeah.
And at the time, I don't think any of us were really amazing.
Yeah.
I think you were getting, you're finding your stuff, but you've developed.
I think,
so freaking much since then. And at that time, but at that level, you were pretty good. Good.
I think we were all like equally trash.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. But I would show our trash songs to people, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, your part's cool, whatever." Yeah. And then like I'd be like, "Yeah, but this is the song they put out," and it's like my part's not. He's like, "Why would I think you were better than one of the other guys?" And I'm like, I thought I was better than all of them, but But that's the ego of a rapper, right?
Yeah. They're like, you're supposed to think that.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to put your best verse out. So
every time.
Yeah.
Every verse is your best verse.
Mm-hmm. There's sometimes though that I would listen to our stuff in retrospect and be like, fuck, I thought I got him on that one, but I actually know his verse is actually really good.
Which is really crazy because my style of writing and my style of rapping was way different than yours.
Yeah.
When I first started rapping, it was storytelling, like strictly storytelling, because I wrote poems. I wrote with a purpose and something to be said.
Right.
And then Light Up Flow came out. Our remix to it. And it was my knockout punchline after punchline. I was like, I've exhausted every means necessary to drop the coldest lines.
Yeah.
And I think it was you were like, bro, you went hard in this song. Like stomped out the other guys that were on that song.
Yeah. I really like that verse from you. I also thought that you used your voice really well. It was that song that made me think like, fuck, I don't have a cool voice.
I actually showed someone our song.
Oh, yeah?
And they like your verse better. They like your voice.
What song?
That's beside the point, homie. It doesn't matter. The fact is that you were better than me.
I
and
didn't
I was
know
upset.
what voice.
I was hurt. I was
Damn.
like, dang, I thought I... But no, it was For the Love.
Oh, okay.
For the Love. You did really good on that
song. I don't like it as much anymore.
No?
I think with the time, like, I'm just like, could have done it better.
I liked mine. I also really like Foo Foo. That one, just because it's goofy.
It is goofy.
Like, it's not meant to be, like, record or billboarding or anything, but, like, it's so fun. It's such a fun song to listen to.
Anyway, we're getting way off topic. Yeah. So, anyway, what do you think for this?
Oh, no, he definitely needs to chill out. If he doesn't chill out, you might need to cut it. Because...
So she's asking,
there's neglection.
She's asking, do I leave?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a level of neglect that's going on there. I do believe that. I'm also a big believer in, like, not necessarily ending marriages. But you also aren't obligated to stay if
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Not happening,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my
Alternatively,
verdict.
You could just acknowledge him.
Thank you guys for showing up. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, share this with all your friends, your family, anybody that you think would like what we talk about. I know that today was kind of super long and a bunch of tangents, but that's what happens when we're unprepared. We apologize. Answer the questions if you like, or ask your own. Also inform us about the throuple, open relationship stuff. Very interested in just seeing kind of like that dynamic out there. You guys don't have to stay, or you don't have to go home.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound right. But you ain't got to go home. But you got to get the hell out of here. Peace.
Let's go watch wrestling.